morning, guys. Questions, stickers, someone in the comment box. You know how it works. Get started in a minute. Pull up a chair, get out your pen and paper. Be ready to go. Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's up, Shelby, Jesse, Ryan, Brian? Good morning, guys. Profanity one, I like that. What's up, Instagram? Geo Legend, you're here just trying to learn? All right. Well, let's just start. Come every morning. We drop a lot of free information. I got a free Discord, too, if you want to jump in that and ask questions. Geo, follow my YouTube, also, at Student Alpha. I broadcast live at the same time, but I got a lot of information in there, too. USAR, we'll get to it. All right, guys, starting here in about 20 seconds. All right, let's get started. Good morning. Happy Tuesday, July 14th, CPI day. So CPI data dropped today. I know you can't see this fully on Instagram. That's fine. We had CPI year-over-year, PPI or CPI, and today we have some Fed speakers talking. But that data right here came in better than expected. That's why you saw such a positive reaction. But all-time high anchored VWAPs for the defense. We'll see that in the charts. You see we came in slightly cooler than expected. And this is a monthly report, so we'll get a new report next month. What that does, at least momentarily, ease the risk of more inflation and rate hikes. And as long as there's no rate hikes, that's happy for gold, right? The oscillators are very neutral, -1. -17, they're on the sell side. They will lift today, stay more neutral. And VIX, surprisingly enough, is only at 17. Even with that mild sell down, VIX didn't rise. That's your fear gauge. So nothing to talk about there other than the fact there's no protection in the market. Everybody's long. Eventually people will be caught off sides, but it's a matter of when, right? I'm going to put USAR in there so I have it ready for my friend asking. Let's get into the report. Guys, like I said, strong reaction out of the indices. I mean, ES popped 50 points, smacked right up into the key zone, right? So the stuff you see me running on my chart is the matrix. Now, on Instagram, you can't see it all because it's over here in the corner too, so stand by. I'll move it. See? There you go. See how fancy that is? I'll bring back my chat box. So you can see smacked right at the key level and then sold down. And guys, on all these, you got to set an 830 anchored VWAP, right? There's your anchored VWAP. It's over here, right? But that's what it looks like. Click it, set on that candle. I make it purple, and then you can label it. That way I know what it is later. Right now, it's defense on our trades. Remember, price below a VWAP is selling, price above a VWAP is buying. That's going to be kind of the telltale story for our other ones. Technically our next trade's a short, but we're going to be buying off the VWAP, guys. So even though the bias is short here, I usually follow the bias of the movement of the catalyst, right? Especially on the smaller fractals that I trade. I'm going to explain that in my war room, guys. When you're in the war room, we're going to break that down. So get your questions in there. I see you guys put some questions in. Stick around. I will get to them. All right. So we're going to look for buys. And yes, I think typically speaking, let me say one more thing, that the bell 930 reacts similarly to 830. So I would expect some buying to come in at 830. Can it do the opposite? Yes, I've seen it do the opposite, but there's a greater probability that it reacts the same. RTY is selling down. Look, right through this all-time high anchored VWAP and the anchored VWAP. This was a great sell. I know a number of my traders took this sell zone that I've identified multiple times for my guys. Exists right there. Ignore the color. It should be red. Right? And yeah, so our next opportunity is going to be buying off the VWAP, which will be a second read into the box. Makes it a little tough. So don't necessarily like taking buys in the box. We're going to watch it. NQ, guys, is rebounding here after dropping it. And, you know, mathematically, I bet I shorted this all-time high anchored VWAP, by the way. Let's fib that movement. It's playing right at half the move. The entire run-up just we almost hit half the move exactly. That's a great time to use Fibonacci's, guys. When you have explosive movement, half the move, the 50% fib, is usually a pretty good retracement or healthy retracement. So we're going to be looking for buys. We are a pre-second read, so you got to drop down to the 1 minute. Our next buy is actually right here, close of this candle. You're going to be hunting. My traders, pay attention. This candle close in 5 seconds. See, it's going to give the read. This is going to be a 35-point play. All right, so there's your entry. So you're going to try to enter around 95 to 800. Hunt that for 40. I can't take this trade because I'm already long, or I'm already short, way above it. I've got defense here, but there's room and movement here, so keep an eye on that. That is, do you guys see how the algorithm calls that for you? Right, so if you wanted to trade plan it, that's how, you know, buy right in there. You can go below the pivot swing, that's 40, and you can hunt 40. I would be right there. There you go. That's like entering at 95 target. So you got 43 points of risk and 38 points of reward. Good luck. I'll be out right there in my short that I shorted up there. So there's room. Matter of fact, I just hear that. I just closed my position. Took the money and ran because I think this is a good signal here. And I'm a little late to buy it back. So, all right, there you go. See, this is what happens when you come live. You got that, Evie? We're counting this one. All right. Anyway, on to the next. YM hit right. Look right in that all-time high anchored VWAP, confluenced with the psychological box and sold off. Now it's rebounding. Most of these are giving back about half the move, guys. That's typical. We explained that. Gold got box trap, ran up, smacked into key level, and now it's re-entering the box. Right. Can you buy into the box? Yeah, I'd rather buy on the top of the box. We'll see. This one gave back, not quite. It gave back like this, the golden ratio. Watch. When you do this enough, you can predict it pretty good. Right there. There's 618. It almost gave back to half the move, but it was sitting at the 618. Technically, that's going to be a buy going into the box, guys, but that's going to be a little rough. I don't like buying into the box. You know, you could, if you wanted to hunt 5 points because you think this swept, you could. I'll wait. I mean, the chances are it's going to climb. With data and data direction, it's a little better than a normal situation where we're approaching the box. So less risk. And let's just see what our friend oil is doing. Where is it at? 80. And it's only going to climb. So back to paying fucking $6 a gallon at the pump. All right, guys, let me get to your questions. That's why I exist here. I do this Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I have for 4 years. If you would do me a favor, you can share that you're live with me, right, on your social media so other people know. Just trying to grow this since I've been doing it so long. I have a free Discord. You can go to and ask questions. I have my weekend update on my Student Alpha Instagram. And then also, guys, Fridays, additionally, I'm live over at Alpha Beta Report Instagram with Crypto John, who's also a research analyst like me. You can see the post in Instagram there. It says follow here for Fridays from Alpha Beta Report. Make sure you follow that so you'll get an extra half hour with me. All right. So let's get into first ticker was USAR that was asked for. So let me look real quick. So last time I did rare earth metals, we called this the buy here, targeting market structure or higher, right? So you can see how it hit market structure. Do you guys see where the horizontal, oops, let me move this over. Do you see how that horizontal line held pretty much? So anybody who took this trade could have locked in any amount of money. And then if you're break even, you're about to be kicked out break even. I would expect this buy zone here to also hold more, around $16. But check the thesis, because there's some information about rare earth metals that has changed on the fundamental side. Right now, it's running a channel, and you're just buying the bottom side of that channel. See it? Do you notice I was able to identify the channel before I put the indicator on there? Again, when you do this enough and you have the education, you can start seeing it without putting it on the charts. If you have anything specific about USAR, you're always welcome to reach out to me. Let's get into YouTube. What you got? Palladium. Yeah, Ryan, the market is a little difficult with all them diamonds. And I don't think that data is strong enough to give us new all-time highs. Now, if we stack solid PPI on top of that and then peace, yeah, we'll see all-time highs. But I think the market reacted positively because the data was good, but then starting to sell off because we're still in the throes of war. Yeah, we have divergent catalysts. So word I was looking for, palladium. Let's look at palladium. Palladium, if you watch it on the weekend update, I'm not really interested in it until it drops down around 1,000. Okay, so this one was disappointing and underperformed on when everything ran. Although this did run, right? I mean, it went from 900 to 2,000, which is good, but it never set an all-time high, which was up around 3,400. So we're in a death cross period, so a selling period, and you can see the strong downtrend, right? So I'm more interested in playing 1,000, right? If you want to day trade this, I'll tell you. Yeah, it's just running sideways. I'd stay out of it for now, but set an alert for 1,000. Not really exciting. If you like trading other metals, platinum's probably moving better. My quad, yeah, I'll that I bought. I made $73,000, and I bought myself a quad. I'll do a video of me riding some wheelies or something. I grew up on ATVs. Me and the guy that just joined Instagram grew up on them. Three-wheelers back in the day. Anybody remember three-wheelers? Those things were awesome. Back in the day. All right, so in gold, a question about gold, and then I'm going to get to your other questions here. So gold on swing trade 4,000 has held, but I would have a stop loss tight at like 4,000, 39.75. You're going to try to swing it. Upward limit of the target's 4,400. There's more risk that we break 4,000 than we break 4,400. Let me say it again. Chances are greater that we break 4,000 than we break 4,400. You see that right here is an instant. That's a death cross. So we're in a selling period with multiple tests of 4,000. Now, good PPI data could help us also here. So play it for what it's worth. Anybody that buying this zone should be taking shorter term profits is what I would do. Intraday, we're long, if you're wondering about that. Yeah, three-wheelers don't flip easy. You just have to, so people with ATVs, you drive a quad, but you got to ride a three-wheeler. It's like you got to ride that bad boy. You just you put idiots on them that don't know how to ride, and then they have to ban them because people are stupid. I never had any bad accidents on a three-wheeler. I've actually had more bad accidents on four-wheelers than I ever did on three-wheelers. Andrew, thank you. Great guy to learn from, along with Mayor. Yeah, Mayor Valinsky, guys. I operate as obviously I operate independently. I'm a research analyst for several groups, and one with is Driving Markets. And Mayor over at Driving Markets, if you guys follow him, is a very good fundamentalist, right? That's not the opposite, but it's different than what I do. I'm a technical analyst, but yeah, Mayor's very smart. Been in the industry for a long time. Let's see here. Scrolling down. Yeah, Sandy. So rate hike expectations with these numbers will have eased. But remember, we get these numbers every month. We'll have to have multiple months of it doing this in order to really push it down. Thoughts on the NASDAQ? Intraday, it was short coming out of that box. Oops. Right here. Okay, so it ran up, all-time high anchored VWAP, zone, key level, sold back down. Did give a second read. We're within the threshold of it. If we can stay in this trade, guys, could get a little spike at build to match this, right? So right now and you're going to get another second read, right? So it's going to lace itself right there. I didn't take this trade. On this second read signal, I exited my short. Right? Because I was already short, so I couldn't take the long. All right. Let's see what else you guys got. Well, Craig should be live too, Mom. What's that guy doing? AG. Let me check out AG. Let's look at it. Silver. It looks like the silver chart. So you've got, look at it. So first thing I can see here is market structure support right there. See it? And it did find that support. That should be a green line. I like green for support, red for resistance. 22. And then if you look at silver, that would match probably 54. See, so you can do correlative pricing on this. Yeah, right there. See how the market structure, oops, maybe you can't see it on Instagram. See how the market structure, so yeah, 22 is equal to about 54 to 55 on silver. So that might be the buy zone. Yeah, ATC 250R was badass. My buddy on here had one of those. I had the 350X, ATC 350X. I can't keep track of the numbers, Mom. All right. I'm going to post again for Alpha Beta Report. So if you didn't grab that, see Alpha Beta Report, follow here for Fridays. I'm live there also, 11 a.m. With Crypto John. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow, share, all that happy shit, because we're live there. Yeah, Saya Prince. Okay, intraday we're long, but I think, for swing trading, the more taps into 4,000, the weaker it gets. We're in a death cross period. We're going to have sequential positive news in order for 4,000 to hold. But remember, as day traders, we can, or even short-term swing traders, you can take 100 points, right? Because really the strong resistance points for 400 points overhead. Ryan, I didn't double out because the order wasn't set that way. And then when I'm live and all my charts are changed when I'm live, I have my software up. It's just too hard. Could have doubled out. That would have been good. But just the mechanics make it ugly. It's hard for me to trade when I'm doing this. So guys, listen. 4 years I've been doing these free lives. Thanks for joining in. Spread the word. I have a free Discord link in the bio. I do my free weekend update. You hear all the word free? I do free Fridays with over at Alpha Beta Report. So you get access to a certified research analyst for the stock market a lot. And I do that, guys, for proof of concepts. You can see the information I drop so that you don't have to worry and wonder about joining my group, which link is in the bio. And there you get 7 free days. We are last week we were 14 for 16. 14 for 16. We won 14 out of 16 trades. This week, yesterday, we were 2 for 2. Yeah. So we're doing well. All right, guys. Speaking of which, I got to head over to my group. Why don't you join me? Links in the bio. I'll be back tomorrow. Have a good one, guys.